let's imagine that we're just building an info business. So this is going to be an info business. Okay. Whatever you want to call it, coaching, teaching, courses, that kind of thing, right? Info business. I want us to see if we could operate with the minimum number of parts. What would those parts be? Pop some ideas into the chat. Help me build this. If we were to constrain this to 7 parts, what would those parts be? 1 part per person. Okay. How about a course? Whatever it is that you teach, a course. So let's ask a crazy, crazy question. If we had a course, what else would we need? So we'd need a way to sell it, right? So we'd have a course, a way to sell the course. So let me ask you this. At its core, without getting finicky over bells and whistles, like, do we need chat? Do we need email? Do we need video? But at its core, in theory, if we had a course with a way to deliver it, and we had a selling mechanism for that course, could we have a minimum viable business right here? So if we had a course and a sales page, is it possible that we could send people to a sales page and they could just enroll in the course? Is that possible? Okay. So now, what if we said, okay, I do want to add on an opt-in, but think about the purpose of an opt-in is so we can get emails, so we can sell the course, right? Would it then be possible and so I'm seeing a lot of comments about, how would we deliver the course? So I'm including deliverability in the course. So when I say course, I'm thinking, how sometimes like I take 8 videos and then I put them on a single download page and that's a course. I'm just thinking of the course is the thing. So the course would have multiple parts. Okay. But the course, if we have the course wrapped up, like if it was a textbook, it was a book. If the course was 5 videos, that's the course. So we'd have a course, we'd have a way to sell the course, and then we'd have opt-in email perhaps to sell the course. And in theory, we could even do that without that. Now, obviously, you would need traffic in your business, but is that your actual business, right? The traffic is the invite to come to your business, right? So if you own a coffee shop, are the people on the street that see your sign that says $4 coffee, are they actually part of your business? They're not part of your business. Now they're part of your business model, but are they actually part of your coffee shop? So your coffee shop has walls, or it could be a cart. When we were in Alaska, we went to a coffee cart. It was like 100 miles. It was 200 miles between towns, like 100 miles between the next town. Somebody had set up a coffee cart at an intersection and people were pulling over to grab coffee and pee behind I can't believe I just said that, but there was no porta potty or anything. So if you'd driven 100 miles, you'd go behind the coffee cart and pee while your coffee was being made. Okay, too much information. What if you had a business that was so simple that that's all that it was right here, right? What do you think? Do you think that's possible? I believe that it is. Because the truth of the matter is, this is what I had when I started my business. This is all I had when I started my business. And I've added like 100 or 1,000 different bells and whistles to my business over the years, optimize conversion rate, 1% here, 2% here, 4% here, and it all adds up. But you know what's happened over the years? Is that I spend so much time fiddling with all those 1% that I really believe if I put all my time back into the basics, I'd be able to scale faster. And I'm just being transparent with you here, folks. You've been following me for a long time, with the exception of Ron. Everybody else, you've been following me somewhere between a few weeks and a few years. And I'm just peeling the skin back. I'm just being very transparent with you. Okay. So a lot of times when we shop for software, we want to shop for, I was, of course, shopping for the Ferrari software, which I have. Okay. But I started asking myself, if this was the only thing that I had, we wouldn't need a whole bunch of software. We would just need something that does the trick and that does this. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a course right here before your very eyes. Now I'm going to take away the interaction part. Okay. I'm just going to tell you what the course is going to have. All right. So I want to imagine that my course teaches someone how to set this up right here. That's what my course does. So my course does that. So the first thing that my course would do is a lesson on what you teach. Okay, people have to identify whatever they're going to teach. Okay, that might include the 10 by 10 matrix. There would have to be a lesson area. There would have to be a selling mechanism. And the reason I'm calling it a selling mechanism is because it could be a sales page. It could be a video sales letter. It could be a try before you buy, and then you don't even need a sales letter, right? You ever been to a trial before where it's like, try it out for 7 days and see if you like it? You don't even need a sales letter for something like that. Now, the danger is if your service doesn't match up, then people are like, oh, this is a bad service. They shouldn't be buying it anyway, right? So there's different ways you can sell. That's why I'm calling it a selling mechanism, because you can sell with a sales letter, you can sell with a video, you can sell with an audio, you can sell with a phone call, you could sell with a trial, et cetera, et cetera. There's lots of different ways to sell. Okay, and then I'm going to add in opt-in plus emails. All right, because that's part of my signature, right? Is opt-in plus emails, and emails is a multiplier. Okay, but imagine that I just created a course, and this was the course. It taught, and obviously, lesson area is going to have multiple components, right? I mean, this is topics of the lessons. Okay, this is probably going to be the software, although, I mean, you could just put this on hand-coded. I mean, you could put that on hand-coded pages. You could actually do that. We're not going to show that here, but I mean, you could literally create one page each for your 10 lessons on a website and then embed those on a master page, and that's your course. You can have passwords and all of that, but let's just imagine we get back to this minimum viable concept. Okay, and now opt-ins, and then possibly we want to add community. So here's now, I want to involve you again. I want you to imagine your topic. Could you break your topic down into about 5 or 10 different topics that you would teach? And what would happen if you just created a simple course, just like this? You added some community to it so people could ask questions. Who knows, maybe you'd be bold and add a call like this to it. How would that feel? We just took all the bells and whistles away. Could you get people results with something like this? Okay. So I'm seeing some yeses. I think that that LOL was for something earlier. So I'm seeing some yeses. Okay. Okay. So awesome. I want to cover one more thing, and then I'm just going to open up and I'm going to demonstrate. Okay. So now I want to make a statement about a membership. Consider this. Imagine if a membership is simply just a course where instead of paying for one-time access to a course that never changes, a membership is a course with a small amount of fresh new content added each month and is billed monthly instead of a one-time purchase. How does that feel? Imagine if a membership is really just a course, and instead of paying for one-time access to a course that never changes, you call it a membership, you put a small amount of fresh new content in each month, and you bill it monthly instead of a one-time purchase. And here's why I wrote that statement. Anybody just have an epiphany moment? Here's why I wrote that statement, because so many people come to me and they tell me, well, I don't want to create a membership because I'm afraid that I'll have to put some new content in each month. And I get that. Like, you don't want to be committed. But here's the thing. If this is going to be a full-time business, and I think for most of you, if it's not full-time, it's like it's your full-time, part-time thing. Like, you want a real business. You may only want to work 15 hours a week, but you want a real business. And here's the thing. If you have a real business, you're probably going to teach for 30 minutes at least once a week anyway, right? Type in teach. If you see yourself teach, if you, as a real business, you'd be willing to teach 30 minutes a month anyway. And so if you'd be willing to teach 30 minutes a month anyway, why not put that 30 minutes into the course, add it to the course every single month, and charge for monthly access to the course instead of just selling it one time and letting it go stale? Why not make the course just a tiny little bit better every single month? And in the long run, you end up building a sustainable business where you're getting paid every single month instead of having to get new one-time customers every single month to hit your monthly number. Imagine if you woke up every single month knowing that you'd get 30 to 100 payments that month, whether you went to work or not. And imagine if it wasn't that much more confusing than just having a course and teaching for an extra 30 minutes a month. Okay, so let's build it.